In my conversations with leaders, one of the questions that come to our table is, Florian, how do I engage my team? And actually what they're asking, like, how would I make people to care? Because there is a difference between the contractual obligations of your relationship, employee-employer relationship, and their willingness and what goes beyond that, where they want to contribute, they are engaged, so they do what they think it's good and helps them and helps the organization. So it's very different. We say that when you rely on contract or on your position to lead people, then you rely on the contractual obligation, and that's kind of the base, if you like. Okay? So someone could deliver just to reach those contractual obligations. In other words, in the contract, you probably have some things that are stipulated, like, how many hours the person should work, what's their position, their role, some of the responsibilities that they have, right? Some of the deliveries maybe that they have. And that's kind of the contractual obligation, right? This is kind of the floor. But for some people, that becomes kind of the ceiling, right? So they just master the art of doing just enough so they don't get a lot below that contractual obligation floor, if you like. They hover just below that so they don't get fired. They don't do anything more, right? When you ask them something, they say, well, that's not my responsibility. And so how do we make people to care and actually do more than just that, and then go beyond those contractual obligations? We can tap into more of their willingness to do, right? And so we need to understand the person's motivational language. Different people are motivated by different things. Each of us are motivated by different things based on where we are in our life and what is important for us right now. So first of all, we have some core motivations that come with our personality style and with our behavior. And then we have a more contextual motivation, which are based on where we are in our life today. And how this looks like. For example, someone might be, one of their core needs would be security. Okay, so they would like to know that they have job security. But at this time in their life, they're trying to build a family, or they're trying to build something new, and they're trying to maybe change careers. And so now security for them will look different. If they are in their 30s and 40s and they're still want to explore things, security for them will look different. One way of having security is having options, right? I feel much more secure when I have options. But for someone which is maybe close to retirement age, then maybe security for them is just to keep this job for as long as they can, so they can retire securely. So you really have to put everything into context. You have to understand your people's motivational language, and then to also be aware that those languages change, because someone who was just out of school, they were motivated by money and they wanted to create a career and they were working long hours, then they build a family and they find a partner, and now they need some time off, and then they become parents and so on and so forth. They move through the cycle, and so their needs change.